Get books, sit yourself down anywhere, and go to reading them yourself. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts, and beer. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. All I have learned, I learned from books. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. I am slow to learn and slow to forget that which I have learned. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. The probability that we may fall in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. It shall not deter me. If you would win a man to your cause, first convince him that you are a sincere friend. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing. I have a congenital aversion to failure. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Character is like a tree and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is and the tree is the real thing. I laugh because I must not cry, that is all, that is all. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. It's not me who can't keep a secret. It's the people I tell that can't. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one? I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how a man could look up into the heavens and say there is no God. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. Nothing valuable can be lost by taking time. What kills a skunk is the publicity it gives itself. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. If you would win a man to your cause, first convince him that you are a sincere friend. I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. I desire to so conduct the affairs of the administration that if, at the end, when I come to lay down the reins of power, I have lost every other friend on earth, I shall have at least one friend left, and that friend shall be down inside of me. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. He has the right to criticize who has the heart to help. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Quarrel not at all. No man resolved to make the most of himself can spare time for personal contention. Better give your path to a dog than be bitten by him. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. When I'm getting ready to reason with a man, I spend 1/3 of my time thinking about myself and what I am going to say, and 2/3 thinking about him and what he is going to say. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day.